Hi guys, we're the Jacuzzi Girls. My name is Janya,
I'm Estelle.
and welcome to our show.
Today we're doing our monthly pop culture roundup for the month of June. June was a weird month, right? Celebrities did nothing. I guess they're all on summer break.
That is true. Asela and I were discussing things that we could talk about for the pop culture roundup episode, but usually there's always some kind of celebrity gossip or news that comes out within the month. For some reason, June was just very quiet.
I mean, even celebrities have to take a break, right? I guess.
That is true. Although, you know what I did find out today? Did you know
What?
that Jason Momoa and Lisa, what's her
Bonnet.
last name? Bonnet, they got divorced?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. And he was spotted with the girl who dated Timothy Chalamet for a little bit.
Oh, interesting. I don't even know who
And
Timothy Chalamet dated, to be fair. Oh, Isa Gonzalez.
yes.
Yes,
The one
yes.
they went to Mexico together. And I
That's
was
true.
listening.
They did.
First of all, I'm shocked that Jason Momoa got divorced to Lisa because he was kept saying how she was his dream woman and how he really wanted her. And after all these years, even though of their age difference, he did get to marry her, and he just felt so blessed. And then for them to get divorced like that is just disrespectful. It goes to show you that nobody and nothing can be trusted. But second of all, is that I was listening to a podcast and they were laughing about imagine the difference between sleeping with Timothy Chalamet and Jason Momoa. Like just physically speaking, like scientifically, physically, everything,
Oh
like
my God.
what the contrast must feel like to like have to be hugged by Timothy Chalamet or like Jason Momoa, even like that.
I like that you said hugged. Nice, nice.
No, but
Really wholesome.
yeah, but see, because we keep it PG-13 here, huh?
We do. Yeah, even PG, I would say. That was really PG. Um, all right. I actually knew about the celebrity gossip, so I'm not shocked. But if you're shocked, then I can see why.
I'm shocked because I didn't, for some reason, I missed the fact that they got divorced. So the celebrity gossip that I read was that he was spotted with her dating
Okay.
this new girl. And that's why I was like, wait, what? They got divorced? And that's why we're going to the spiral. But basically, as Acela and I said, there haven't been a lot of celebrity gossip for the month of June. Hence, we will be mainly reviewing TV shows and movies that did come out in the month of June and that we have been enjoying or maybe not enjoying as much as some other people have.
So should we get into it?
Yeah.
So the first show we're going to review, obviously, everyone's talking about it, is The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah.
The whole internet is going crazy over it, saying it's amazing, how like they're so obsessed with it. And I watched it from beginning to end, and I fucking hated that show.
Okay, I feel
Awful
like
show.
hate is a strong word.
I hate it. You know what? This is what I'll say. I
Okay.
disliked it, but then because everybody kept saying how amazing it was, I felt so triggered. Now I hate it because I think there's a herd effect going on where, one person said, oh, I love the show, it's the best, and everybody's saying it,
Yeah.
and that just makes me mad.
Um, do you really think it's a herd effect though? Because a lot of people, how would it become popular if it's a herd effect? Does that make sense?
Because,
That must mean that there are a lot of people that do actually love the show. And I know firsthand that I've seen bloggers on Instagram posted on their story being like, I'm obsessed with the show when it just started like becoming like gaining traction. And then even a couple of my best friends were obsessed with the show. So going into it, I was also excited for it because I was like, yes, let's watch it. I'm ready for some good TV, especially something that I don't have to like think about too much. A teenage romance comedy. I was thinking it could be like To All the Boys I Loved Before vibes.
same.
That's what I was hoping for. Like hot male leads, like the girl is like average Asianish. Well, oh my God, it's like the same. Oh, maybe that's why I was relating to it because the girl is also half Asian. But anyways, and then as I start watching it, it just made me cringe, and the cringe was nonstop for like the 7 episodes that I watched it for. And I just need to say that Taylor her best friend is not a good friend, A, and she's not a good actress either. B, Jeremiah is cringe AF, and he's not a good. The entire thing is just cringe, and even the moms are cringe. Like, everything about it. Who is the least cringy character from the show, actually? Tell me.
Maybe the writer.
I was about to say that.
The writer friend.
Like, I think he was the only normal one, you know? He was like, wait, what's up? What's going on, you know?
So here's the thing. I think the herd effect is true for the show because the books were really hyped up because Jenny Han, is really popular. Teenagers love her. She wrote To All the Boys I've Loved Before. So I think after that show, everybody was really waiting for this show. And I think Amazon Prime really put in a lot of money into it. Like, it is well made. That's the thing. So I think a lot of bloggers, a lot of celebrities were saying how amazing it is, whatever, because I think a lot of people were waiting for it. And then when it actually came, I think it's almost like you kind of have to go through with it. And then everybody was saying how amazing it is. And so everybody is just kind of carrying on that narrative. For me, yes, it was cringe. But my biggest problem with it was that the show just didn't make sense. Like, first of all, why are they these really awkward teenagers who don't know how to act and like kiss each other after 30 minutes of knowing each other, but then they're also like drinking scotch and playing poker? I don't drink scotch. Like, I was like, what?
I agree. Also, I was like, wait, she just turned 15 to 16. Why are they drinking so heavily at that age? And why is it okay to the parents for the kids to literally black out at the 4th of July, let's say? Or Conrad, didn't he have a drinking problem and he's only 17 and the mom is fine with that? Like, him drinking day in and day out? I'm sorry. Also, it's not even fine at our ripe age of 26, let alone when you're 16.
I think, like, no, why did the belly... She's like never kissed anyone before. She's so like awkward and, like a teen, but then she randomly knows how to make a pomegranate margarita.
She's such like
what? She whips out a blender, makes a pomegranate margarita. How does this make sense?
I think she's low-key a pick-me girl. As in like, oh, I'm so cool and so chill and like, oh, pomegranate margarita, anybody? Oh, I didn't realize. I don't know. It's just the entire...
I don't know if she's a pick-me girl. She got blackout and did some cringe shit.
Oh, fair. I guess that would kind of disqualify her from being one. Did you understand the kind of... What do you think about the narrative between Shayla and her brother?
I have literally neutral thoughts on it, but my thoughts... Wait, why? Can you just elaborate on this, actually? Is there something I missed?
No, just like, I don't know how relevant that entire storyline is. Or,
Fair. To be fair, I think all of the actors they picked are really, really cute. They're just so young looking, and they are young, that I felt really wrong even like fantasizing about them. Jeremiah and Conrad really look like they're 17. So I was not,
You think Conrad looks like he's 17, though?
Like
I think
18, 17.
Jeremiah looks like he's 20. I think Conrad looks
20?
like he's 24.
24?
Yeah, like straight up. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Like, how many boys do you know who look like that at 16, 17?
The current 17, 16-year-olds, as we've established.
Fair, but during our time, that was not the case. Okay, the only reason why I would think that they are younger and teenage looking is their bodies. That's it. But if it was not for, let's say Jeremiah's body, I think is more teenager vibes than Conrad's is. So I think that's why he looks older. Because as we know, men with age, their bodies develop differently and they get more. They get bigger in size.
So I was talking to somebody the other night, and this girl was saying how much she loved the show, how she was like romanticizing it. And I literally look at her and I'm like, imagine you steal your sister's boyfriend and then he just keeps going between you guys for years. And that's like the love of both of your lives. How traumatic would that be? How
Okay,
awful. I hate this
so
narrative.
I actually thought about this because Estella texted me being like, imagine if, let's say,
Oh, I
you
did
and
it to you
Aijan,
too.
yeah, if you and Aijan shared the same guy and like he would go back and forth between you guys.
For years.
But as after I watched it, I have a feeling brothers are different than sisters. I don't think men care as much as women do about these things because maybe they're less
Oh,
like,
interesting.
like I don't think they think about it that deeply. I think they just see it as like, oh, I'm kissing a girl, not that me and my brother are both kissing the same lips. Versus a woman would think that way, being like, we're touching the same bodies, kissing the same lips, and get grossed out by it. I think men don't get grossed out as easily as we think when it comes, especially when it comes to anything sexual.
Wouldn't that be weird for her then, at least?
Why would it be weird for her? For her, it's just two strangers. Yes, the fact that they're brothers. If anything, it should be weird for the brothers. But the fact that they're two brothers is not of her concern. As far as she's concerned, they're both two like they're not family to her. They're just strangers, you know.
Okay, fair, but okay, let me give you another scenario. Imagine, so the scenario where you and Ajan have the same guy that you share, and then eventually he picks one of you, and then you guys have to go on family vacations together. Or actually the opposite, just like not see each other. Because it is fucking weird. Or at least like imagine for her.
First of
Like
all,
for her to
first of
go on
all,
family
yeah.
vacation with her kids and being like, oh yeah, you know, I used to date your uncle. I used to be in love with him as
First of
well.
all, as I'll say again, I think sisters are different than brothers because the brother Jeremiah or Conrad, whoever ends up with her, they could always find a different girl. And I have a feeling they just would just forgive each other, kind of, and be okay with it. I'm telling you, guys are more chill about these things, I think, than girls are. But obviously, there are exceptions.
But for her then.
Anyways, for her, it might be awkward, but I have a feeling time heals all wounds in that situation, especially since they all grew up together. But if that, let's say, if I feel like you cannot relate it as much to sisters, but let's say it does happen, okay? I would just question myself first and foremost, being like, how did I let myself get into this situation to begin with, where I'm sharing a guy with my sister? That's gross. B, that tells me everything I need to know about the guy. And why would I want to marry somebody like that who will do that, especially within my own family? I don't know. Just the entire thing would not work, definitely. Also, thankfully, Ajan and I have brains and we're like rational about these things. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I guess that does make sense. The plotline is a bit weird.
I mean, Belly's weird, so maybe she would get over it. And she would
But
be like, yeah, let's
also,
all go on vacation together.
but also, I have a feeling the TV show made it more normal because it made it seem that the brothers aren't really brotherly to each other. Because I felt like there were more two friends who are not even that friendly with each other, and then them getting into a proper fight on the dance floor after. I don't know, the way they were interacting to each other was made it seem as if they're two strangers to each other, not
Yeah.
siblings. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, I guess in my head it was fine seeing it play out on the TV show.
Yeah, basically, I just didn't really like the TV show that much. It didn't really make sense to me, and I thought parts of it were cringe. I mean, we talked about this when she kissed Cameron 30 minutes after knowing him in front of everybody. I
Yeah,
was like, okay, like, you're 15. Like, you know better than that at that
yeah,
age.
so true. Anyways,
Wait, I want
um,
to tell you one thing that will blow your mind.
okay, let's hear it.
So, you know the mom, Belly's mom,
Yeah,
and you know her actor boyfriend. Or a writer boyfriend, sorry, writer
yeah.
boyfriend. So the writer boyfriend, the actor is 38, I think, and Belly's mom, the actress, is 60.
No, you're
Yeah,
lying.
I am
No, no,
not.
no.
It has taken
Belly's,
the
no, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Estella, no.
yeah,
Belly's, the Asian
mom.
woman,
Yes,
she's
is
60.
she is 60 years old.
I literally do not believe you. I have to
I
Google this
swear it's
immediately.
true.
Like, there is no way.
Conrad and Jeremiah's mom, the actress, is like 45, 40, like 45, 46, 47, 48. I don't know, in that range.
That's, oh my God, I really did not believe you. Like, I just refuse to believe you.
It's true. I think the internet has been blown away by that. whatever she's doing, I need to know.
She is 60, Asela. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my, she's 61. 61?
She looks incredible.
Oh my God, her body. Do you see her body?
She looks great. She looks
her
great.
Body literally looks like better than any of our bodies, frankly. Like, and we're 26. Oh my God.
Yeah. She needs to drop that routine now.
Oh my God, she's 1961.
Is that like she was born in the 60s? How crazy is that?
That is insanity to me. Her birthday is coming up, actually. It's in 2 days. She'll be 61.
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
I'm shook. I'm actually shook. Wow, the fact that I mean, thanks for letting me know, but like,
I wanted to say this on the podcast. I thought about texting you this, but I was like, I want to see this reaction live.
I mean, I guess it's good. So the mom is 46, Jeremiah's and Conrad's.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I want to see how old Shayla is. See if it will be here.
I think the actors are like 19, 20.
Wait, Shayla is 20.
Yeah.
Also, this is random, but do you think she got the eyelid surgery?
Oh, maybe, but she looks great. So.
No, she's pretty, but she's really pretty. But I noticed. I think there was something up with the eyelids a little bit, but I don't know if maybe it's just the way she is. Let's look at how old Lolo Tung is. I'm curious.
She's 19. I randomly know everybody's age. You can ask me.
Oh, what about Conrad and Jeremiah?
So I think they're both 22.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. No, actually, Conrad, as I said, is 24.
Is he actually?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said he looks like he's 24, you know?
Okay.
But let's see Jeremiah, because that boy looks like he's 16. As in, like, he does not look like he's 16, but I think...
Yeah.
I think it's... Oh, he's 22. Okay. Fair.
To be fair, I actually love To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I actually love that show. So cute.
Dude, no, that's why I thought it would be similar to that, because since everybody was talking about it, etc. So I was so excited because Noah and what was her name?
Oh my God. Oh, Laura Lee? Jenny Lee? Something like she had a double name. What was it?
One second, let's see.
Laura Jean.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Laura Lee, Jenny Lee.
Laura Jean, we got her.
Anyways, you weren't far though, you know.
Not far.
But I just.
Why is that so funny? I don't know.
Is it your race? Is it your racist like going out with Laura Lee? Because why do you have to add Lee at the end?
No, that's a name. That is a name. It's not an Asian name. Yeah, like there are people named Lee.
I know, but that's usually a last name.
I didn't even think of that. You did. I didn't even think of that. Oh my God, I'm about to cry. Oh my God.
What? Where is that the first thing that entered your mind though?
I have no idea.
I'm just pushing out your subconscious thoughts to the conscious
It's definitely
realm.
not. No, not at all. Like, I swear it wasn't like that at all. I want to say my 2 cents. So I was thinking about The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I was like, maybe I don't like it because I don't know, a bit older, so I don't really relate to it anymore. Because, for example, Bridgerton, I loved it. Everyone knows my obsession with it because I kind of, in a weird way, related to it. You know, being in your 20s, trying to find an eligible bachelor and having, like, crazy parents who push you, you know, to meet them. It happens, especially in Kazakhstan. We've all seen it. We've all experienced it. But then I thought about To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and I was like, no, I loved that TV show, and I really related to it. I don't relate to The Summer I Turned Pretty about a bunch of weird kids who also know how to drink really well, like professing their undying love to each other on the beach, like at 16 years old. I didn't relate to that at all. To All the Boys, it was kind of realistic. I felt it. I was, you know, everyone had that popular guy in their high school that they were kind of attracted to, and had a crush on. That was really relatable to me.
Do you think it might be also the setting of like summer, wherever they were? I don't know, like somewhere in a summer town, in like a summer house, versus let's say a movie or a TV show that is in high school.
Yeah.
Maybe is more relatable because we've all been in high school and we all know what it's like the social society, whatever. Here it's more, I don't know. Okay, so this is my, I guess, last note that I just want to leave people out on is that overall, I guess I would rate the show. Oh, we should do ratings.
Yeah.
I would rate the show a 4 out of 10. I didn't completely hate it. It was fine.
Yeah.
I did finish watching it. It was an easy watch, but it just 0 out of 10 for the way it made me cringe. And I really, for some reason, did not like Taylor, her best friend.
You really have an agenda against her.
She's a bad friend. I'm sorry. Even the fact that she was kind of plotting to get her with Jeremiah, like at the volleyball thing. No, I had a friend who did that actually, where it's like I would be seeing a guy and then she would text the guy where I'm at or what I'm doing, etc. And I thought it was just don't do that. It's weird. And don't interfere into your best friend's personal life, I think. Let her do what she needs to do. But B, I thought she was a really bad actress. And same with Jeremiah, to be honest. So I would say if you really have nothing else to watch, you could watch it. Just so you can be in the trends and know what people are talking about.
But there's better shows out there.
Definitely, like maybe don't waste your time on it. And either way, with these kind of trendy TV shows, everybody forgets them in like a month or two. Just give it time.
Yeah. I would also give it a 4 out of 10. I didn't hate it. I disliked it. I only started hating it because of the mass hype around it, as I said. So yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay, moving on.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about Top Gun.
So Top Gun recently came out, and if you haven't seen it yet, you should definitely go and watch it. I watched the first Top Gun recently with my boyfriend, and we were a bit confused because it was not that good. It was not good at all, basically. I think it was just after the movie finished, I was like, wait, what? Why is this considered an American classic? Maybe for its time, it probably was filmed better than usual, or the sound, the music, or maybe since it is about American pilots, like it was felt patriotic, whatever it may be. So I was a bit skeptical going into the second Top Gun because I thought, what else could they do that would be so abnormal or cool? But I will say this, I think Miles Teller is what made this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I think that he just automatically, the new cast, Glenn Powell was also great. I just think he's a funny character. Like, I don't know, he's kind of entertaining to watch weirdly, but same with Miles Teller. And I think that Miles Teller just has a certain energy as an actor. Let's say he's not the most good looking guy, and he seems very average, but he has the presence on the screen. And that's what I think made the movie better.
I 100% agree with you. I think Miles Teller has such presence. Yeah. It's palpable and I think he's basically going to become one of the great actors of probably, in like 50 years, he'll be known as the Al Pacino of like, I don't know, our time or whatever.
For sure.
I was going to say this movie made me realize how much I love Tom Cruise.
Really? You love him?
Yeah. I realize I don't care what people say about him, whatever his lifestyle choices, he's a great actor and his movies are great. Like even the bad ones, the ones that are considered bad, are really weirdly enjoyable because of Tom Cruise. Because I think he's also 60, Zhenya. I think he's also 60 or 60.
Yeah, he is 60.
And he's doing most of the stunts himself. He can fly planes. He's on the motorcycle. So the fact that he's doing this and he is like this, I think is incredible. And people who've worked with him have said that he's so hardworking, so driven. And I think even Miles Teller in his interview said that Tom Cruise is just like a different level, like, because he pushes you so hard. I think it was Miles Teller. Maybe, I don't know one of the guys who was on Top Gun said that working with Tom was crazy because he just pushes you to a whole different level. And he's a perfectionist. And you kind of want to be the best you can be around him, which I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. And I loved his move. I genuinely love his movies. Last Samurai, War of Worlds. Is that what it's called in English? Remember the one with the aliens? That was traumatic, really triggering movie. But yeah, I love Tom Cruise.
Interesting. I don't really have an opinion on him. I'm not. Some people, I think, passionately hate him. I just think he might be a bit wacky, just from the Scientology perspective. And I think maybe as a man in a relationship, I have a feeling he's an abusive partner, as in maybe not physical, but emotionally. I think he really usually drains the woman, as you could see by Nicole Kidman's photo leaving the courthouse after the divorce, or Katie Holmes like basically having to flee from him because he was getting too intense. And that's, for me, maybe that shows more about like the human factor. But I'm sure the reason he's famous, you don't get famous and successful without working hard. So I'm sure, especially as an actor, and during his time, when he started to show up on screen.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
I agree.
Anyways, I wanted to say that this movie is good. I liked it overall.
It's a fun movie. It's really exhilarating.
Yeah, and it's also like unexpectedly good. Like I did not, maybe because my expectations were lower considering I watched the first Top Gun recently. But I just, even though everybody was saying how good it is, I was like, okay, calm down. It's probably not that good. People are just overinflating it. But then when I went there, I genuinely enjoyed it. As in, I was like, oh, this is starting off kind of slow. Like, where are we going with this? But by the end, I was like, oh, I like that,
Yeah.
And I love the cinema satisfied.
I think it was a really fun movie, and it's fun for both genders. Like, you can go with your boyfriend, you will both enjoy the movie, which I think is cool for, an action movies, because sometimes they can be really, really geared towards the guys, and you're just kind of like, oh, I just want it to end. But this one was so fun. And as someone who's single, I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed seeing handsome, fit men.
I don't think you need to be single to enjoy that, though. I enjoyed it a lot, too. It's just a hot scene, Oh,
I thought the whole movie was hot.
Yeah, definitely. I like. Oh, so basically, do you see this interview with Miles Teller that he was saying how the beach scene had to be filmed twice, and there was like a span of, because they basically the first time they shot it, he was looking forward to having sugar and cake and like burger and fries after it, because in order to look that way, you have to really restrict yourself in terms of sugar and carbs, and just, I think, to get your abs that defined and your muscles that defined. And he was saying how after that, he like literally took like 3 cakes and started shoving himself like after the scene and passed out from a sugar coma. And then a few weeks later, they tell him, hey, we have to refilm this. And he was like, I was so angry because to get to that physical shape, you have to try hard, and now I have to do it again. So I thought that was quite funny. But so I guess what rating would you give the movie?
As an action movie, I would give it, or I don't know, what is the genre? Blockbuster? Yeah?
Action? I can see it being an action movie.
Yeah, those like really high action-packed movies, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. If we're talking movies in general, I'll probably give it like 7.5, 8 out of 10.
I agree. As a movie in general, 8 out of 10. Action, probably 10 out of 10. But to be honest, I don't really watch a lot of action movies as is, so take it as you will.
Okay,
yeah.
That was honest.
Yeah.
Okay. Stranger Things finale came out a few days ago, actually. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it. I actually finished it yesterday or the day before because I knew that we wanted to talk about it for our pop culture roundup.
Same.
I have a feeling. What was the ending? Like, will there be another season? Why did they have to end it like that?
Yeah, that's what
A,
I was confused about because you told me this was it, but then I was like, no way this is it because they just left us on a weird note.
but also, I am a bit confused by the finale. What was the point of Hopper fighting those creatures in the jail? As in, like, he had to kill them because isn't it if like Vecna dies, don't all of them die as well?
I thought that, you know how the guy came out with a torch blower and killed them, and that kind of
Yeah,
weakened Vecna? That's what I thought. I thought they were like all interconnected, maybe.
but if Vecna dies, remember the bats also died. The
Yeah.
creatures also die. So why even? I guess like how I don't know. Maybe they thought it would weaken him, but there are so many creatures like that though.
Yeah.
So okay, like how much would you actually weaken Vecna if you kill like 10 of them? You know, 10 of his small like companions when there's so many that are under him.
It's
So
just been
I'm just
too
annoyed that,
long.
yes, that's what I was thinking. So let's say even if they create another season, what would it be about? The other side again, Vecna? I wish they just finished it off, to be honest. I wish they destroyed Vecna completely. They closed out the other world, and then you could just live a happy life, 11, etc., with all of them, and that's it.
Yeah. I agree. It's been too long. I don't even remember why Hopper was in Russia.
He was in Russia because remember at the end of the last season when they were trying to close the portal,
Yeah.
he got enveloped by the flames,
Yeah.
and basically the portal on the other side was open in Russia. So like that's why he ended up being caught in Russia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I completely missed that. So I was watching the finale, but I was like forcing myself to watch it for this podcast. I wasn't really that invested, and it was almost like playing in the background while I was doing other stuff.
Um, yeah. Also, I think it was one thing after the other. I don't know. I think maybe I can't tell if it was the way they ended it was too quick and there were so many like different scenes going on at the same time, or yeah. My only thing is that I wish that they ended it completely if they are going to end it at the season and not leave us with this cliffhanger at the end that something might change. And also, did you know that Hopper and Winona Ryder was the actress name in the show?
Yeah.
Uh, they're the highest paid actors in that show, so they both get 350,000 for season three. They got $350,000 per episode, and I believe the kids got $200,000 per episode, which is still great. But I would assume that like Millie Bobby Brown, let's say, would get more money than Hopper and Winona Ryder would. I guess it makes sense because they're adults and they have a big acting career in their portfolio.
I did know the salaries. I think someone on TikTok also posted about that.
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok.
I knew about Winona Ryder. I didn't know about David Harbour though. I didn't know he was also higher paid than the kids.
Yeah, they're the same.
I so you know how obviously they always do the red carpet together, whatever, you can see their personalities. It's so weird, but I find Millie Bobby Brown so annoying in real life.
Same. I always thought she was annoying, but I thought she was annoying. I think now she does not really, I don't really see her ever anywhere. But when Stranger Things first came out, how old was she? She was young still, basically. But
Yeah.
I just didn't like that she would dress up and do her makeup as if she's an old woman already. Like a grown adult at the age of like 15, dressing up as if you're a full-on adult. And the way she would act would be so adult-like and talk. And something about that made me think, just don't, like, why are you trying so hard?
Or you know when like Drake was her friend and everyone was like, that's really creepy and weird.
Yeah. Anyways, I agree.
Anyways.
There is something annoying about her. What would wait? This is my question. Where does 11 get her powers from? Like, where did these kids get their powers from, or were they just born that way?
Yeah, I think they were born that way, right?
But
Or they were like
do you think,
experimented on when the moms are pregnant. Something about that, I feel like. I don't know, this might be completely wrong.
yeah, like how did one come about to exist, let's say? Was he just born that way? Or do they get their energy from the other side?
I have
I
no
need answers
idea.
to that as well. But what would be your overall rating of the show?
I mean, the show was used to be amazing. Now it's
Yeah,
just a bit
that's true.
shit. So I'm gonna give it like 6, 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10.
Okay, well, what would you give the last season? Let's there would be one rating for the show overall, and what would be the last season's rating?
The last season would be 3 out of 10.
Really? But I think the first half was good. As in, I only think the last two episodes were the ones that were chaotic.
Okay, fair. I'm being harsh. 4 out of 10.
Thanks for that one markup. Um, I think the show is probably a 7 out of 10, and the last season was probably a 5 out of 10, because I did feel that the first half was better
Yeah.
than the last two episodes, and that's what probably made my rating go down.
So I feel like we've been quite negative about these shows, but there are some good TV or movies that we've watched, and we can basically share our own. So for me, it's Love Island and Sex Lives of College Girls. Two things that I've been really, really happy with.
Oh, I have to watch Sex Lives of College Girls, actually.
It's good.
I also saw some
It's
bloggers
good.
post about it. Also,
Yeah.
we weren't that negative. We were nice about Top Gun.
That's true. That's true. We were. Okay. I felt quite like negative towards the end, especially after Stranger Things. So I just wanted to put it out
Yeah,
there. We're not
it's a
negative
sandwich.
Nancy's. It's a sandwich, exactly. So
See,
yeah.
life is full of ups and downs, and that's just how it's gonna go.
So I've never watched Love Island until this season. And
You've never?
I've never. This is my first season watching it. I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. I cannot explain it. I think there's only actually one reason. I think it's because I love Ekin Su, the Turkish girl in the drama on the show. I love her. And her with the Davide, the Italian guy, amazing. It's so toxic, but in a good way. It's a healthy toxic. Because there's some couples that are just toxic and unhealthy, but they're toxic healthy, in my opinion. That's my stance. And you know what the interesting thing about Love Island is? Is that everybody has like a favorite or people they don't like and dislike and things that, I don't know, they notice. And you can tell a lot about a person by that. Because I was having this conversation with my friend, and she's probably going to listen to this podcast. So you know who you are. She was saying, oh, I like this couple. And I was like, no, I like this couple. And I was like, I kind of feel like we like the people who are most similar to us on the show. So
You think similar, or you think you hate the people who remind you of your worst qualities, and you like the people who remind you of your best quality? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there might be something subconscious there.
I don't know if I was go that deep, because obviously I don't know them that well, but I think for sure people like the ones who are either similar to you or similar to your type, or similar to the type of relationship you want to have or you have or whatever. It's so when I was comparing notes, I was like, that is like, I can see why she would like that couple. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, I can see that. And for me, obviously I like the foreign feisty girl.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah, I can see that too. Because the thing is, it's not my first time watching Love Island. I have watched, I think, season 6 and 7.
Okay.
I haven't gotten around to watching this season though. But I heard here and there a bit from Ayjan, because she also was watching it when we were together in Turkey. And it's a good show. I'm sorry.
Amazing.
It really hooks, especially after Casa Amor and when everything gets mixed up again. Have you gotten to that part yet?
Yeah, they just finished Casa Amor.
And that's what I literally wait for, because I just love how stuff progresses after them, because it just adds more spice to everything. And also, I think what's fun about the show is that there's always a new person coming in. So you're kind of satisfied in that sense, where it's like you're waiting for something to happen.
You know that it's probably the highest level of psychology, like psychological games. Because I was talking to this girl the other day, and her friend went on Love Island US. And she was saying how producers have all these tricks up their sleeve where I guess maybe they ask what your type is or something like that, but they know what your type is. And they purposefully don't send in people that have their types, and they wait for people to couple up, and then they start sending in your types, or like on Casa Amor or something, just to kind of, basically play mind games with you and make you obviously want to switch or recouple and cause drama.
Well, I don't, maybe actually, like producers need a good show, so I could totally see how they would look
That's
into
just a little part of it. I think there's more. They're not allowed to drink a lot on the show, which I think is smart because I
do think it's smart as well.
Brits would imagine if they drank all day, they would fucking die in the sun.
It would just be like a trashy show. But also, have you watched Are You the One?
No, I haven't.
So I watched one season of it because I was curious, and it came on Netflix. I believe it's still on Netflix. I watched one season, and it did kind of. So basically, the show's premise is that they put all of these young people into a house, and everybody has a match scientifically, and if they all couple up regarding their matches, they win, I think, like $1 million, and they split it between each other. But it's hard because it's like people develop feelings, let's say, for each other, and then they go into this booth. I think they have 5 tries to guess who's meant to be with who, and then like every I think every week, or I don't know how it works, but they would also couple up, and then they would wait for the computer to tell them, are they in the right couple? Like not are they specifically, but how many couples are in the right couples that are sitting there? Like, oh, there are 6 couples that are matched up well, or they should be like, there's 3. And so anyways, point is that on that show, they could drink as much as they wanted to. And I think that's what made it more trashy. Because they would get into fights, unnecessary arguments, and you cannot do that to a show. So I actually like it. Actually, what about Real Housewives? They also drink a lot there, but it's kind of entertaining to watch them.
I agree, but I think with Love Island, the really interesting part is that they're sober and they're able to psychoanalyze themselves and really talk through their feelings. There's something weirdly satisfying about watching that. And I don't think they'd be able to do that if they were drinking all the time.
That's
because
true,
I think,
guess.
There's the show is drama, but it's also a lot of, I guess, forced introspection and like analysis, which obviously Housewives doesn't really do.
Since they don't have anything to do at this villa, they're literally there every single day just to form a relationship. Obviously, you could see how, A, that would make certain relationships progress much faster than in the real dating world. B, since that's their main focus and they're only in this house, I don't think they don't have their phones. They don't have access to technology.
Yeah.
Hence, what are they going to do? They're just going to talk to each other.
Yeah, that's the point. Basically obsessed. I am obsessed with Ekin-Su. Can't wait till she's going to be a huge celebrity here in the UK. I'll be her biggest fan. Yeah.
So do you want to go over Sex Lives of College Girls?
Yes, it's a Mindy Kaling show. Randomly,
Mindy Kaling produces great things, by the way.
She's amazing. I love Mindy.
Yeah. Same.
I missed the Mindy Project. That was a great show.
Same. It was such a fun show. I used to laugh so much.
It was so funny. It was so quirky. Yeah. This show, I think, basically about college girls they basically made up a college, but it's supposed to be, I think, modeled on an Ivy League in New England. Timothée Chalamet's sister, randomly, is one of the lead characters. And the acting is great. It's obviously set now, so it's very woke, but it's not cringe woke. It's weirdly fun. It's really fun. And I don't know. I just really liked the show, how they did it. Girls going to college and they're all super different. And it was super interesting kind of to see, because a lot of things I related to, a lot of things I didn't relate to anymore, just because the generation is different. But super interesting and fun show, I will say. Honestly, I'm going to give it 9 out of 10, at least the first season.
Where do you watch it?
I watch it on ITV Hub. I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. I want to watch it too, because I actually heard like a lot of bloggers were posting about how they were really enjoying the show. So I definitely want to. It's on my list
I
of
think
shows
you'd
that I
like
want to
it.
watch.
It's
Yeah,
enjoyable. It's genuinely very enjoyable. Like, is it my all-time favorite? No, but I enjoyed it a lot.
yeah, that's good.
And it's
I
kind
will
of
definitely
weirdly
watch it.
funny, like because Mindy knows how to make funny shows.
I love no even never have I
Have I
ever. Is
ever?
that the?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that show. Did you watch it?
I did watch it. It was really cute.
Yeah, it was like wholesome, and I did enjoy that show as well.
Yeah.
She definitely produces good things. Even I mean, she was one of the writers for The Office. What
That's
do you
true.
expect?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Um
I just love that she's girl bossing her, and I think that she's also living her own life, kind of, and enjoying it. I follow her on Instagram, and I like that she's just vibing.
yeah, no, I agree. She's a vibe. I would love to actually get lunch with her or dinner. I feel like she'd be really fun.
Yeah, and I feel like she would be fun, but she also seems like she's chill. Like I don't think that she
Yeah.
will have like annoying energy. I think she might be like quirky and weird, but she would not be intense.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
say
yeah.
I feel like Chelsea Handler would be intense. The poster.
I just feel like it wouldn't be fun with Chancellor Handler for me personally, because that's not my vibe.
Yeah. I think I would just get stressed out because I wouldn't know how to act, and I'd be like a little scared.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
Okay,
Versus
so
Mindy,
Jania,
with Mindy, I feel like. Sorry, I just want to finish this. With Mindy, I feel like I
Okay.
could go home and I could like eat my heart out and just enjoy some yummy food with like some yummy drinks and just go home.
Yeah, I don't know what it is because it's not mom energy, it's not friend energy, but it's like a certain type of energy where you just want to literally, I want to go to a diner with her and get like really bad fried food and just gossip and make weird jokes.
I don't know about diner, but because I don't know if I want to go to a diner with anyone. I just don't like diner situation in
That's true,
general.
fair. Diners are gross, but I don't know why going with her would I feel like weirdly be symbolic.
Really, I feel like she wouldn't like diner food either, though, because she is into her food.
But that's what I'm saying. You would go to a diner, and diners are notoriously horrible food. So you would just kind of sit there with Mindy Kaling, joking about the awful food.
Okay, fair. Let's say we all have our own scenarios.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to this diner. I'll meet you
Let me
guys
have
in
my
like a nice
scenario.
Indian. I'll meet you guys in like a nice Indian restaurant because I know that she loves Indian food. As in,
Oh, I was gonna say, is it because she's Indian?
no, she actually. I think I remember reading an article or an interview where she was rating all of her favorite Indian restaurants. Like it's like a thing that she loves to do.
Oh, fair. Okay. Well, that also sounds nice.
Okay, this is where we are heading and what we'll finish
Yeah.
up with. I recently watched the Elvis movie in theaters. Um, what I will say is this.
Is the
I think
hype
it was
justified?
it wasn't a bad movie overall. I think that Austin Butler, if he was not famous before this movie, he will be famous now. As in, let's say we know who Austin Butler is, but for me, it was more from the Carrie Diaries. Have you watched that?
Like a long time ago. It was a horrible
Exactly,
show.
but it wasn't that bad. He was the main guy there. That's how I discovered him.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, so he was the main guy there. He dated Vanessa Hudgens for, what, 10, 11 years?
Yeah.
But I did think that he did a good job. And actually, after Googling some images of Elvis and him, I could see the similarities in their features. What I will say is that it was a bit like, it was not as deep as I usually prefer these kind of movies to be. Let's say with like Bohemian Rhapsody or even like Rocketman, I guess not as much either. Well, I just like when they give us an inside scoop into the lives of celebrities where we can actually see the way it would play out, their personal lives, etc. I think in this situation, it was more focused. The narrator of the movie was his manager, Colonel Parker, who in the end they had like a bad relationship with each other. I just think that there are certain things about Elvis's life that they should have maybe brought up more in the movie than they did, because mainly the entire movie, it's 2.5 hours long, and it's just him performing and going on tour the entire movie, basically.
Oh. So
Yeah,
do they
that's
talk about his marriage, his relationships?
they do, but it's not detailed. It's very like, oh, he met this girl and then they got married and they had a daughter and that's it. Like they didn't really show how he was, like what he was doing. Or let's say, from what I know, is that by the end of his life, like, he was consuming around 9,000 to 10,000 calories a day of
Yeah.
food. Can you believe how insane that is? One of his favorite snacks apparently was a loaf of bread, an entire jar of peanut butter, an entire jar of jelly, and 2 packs of bacon in between. Like the peanut butter and that's what he would eat. That alone is like, I don't even know how many calories.
So did they show
Anyways,
the food on the movie?
no, not at all. They didn't even show the weight gain because I mean Austin Butler is quite thin on his own. So, but I have a feeling they could have done like what they did to Tom Hanks because Tom Hanks the entire movie he was wearing like he was the manager,
Yeah,
so he
yeah.
was wearing the prosthetics on his face and his chin, etc. They could have done the same to him by the end, but for some reason they didn't. Because if you look Google images of Elvis closer to his later years, that's where he was
Mm.
gaining weight. I mean, they mentioned it briefly. I just think that they could have. Basically, my thing is this: it was not a bad movie. I would probably rate it a 5 out of 10
Wow, people are loving it on the internet.
or 6 out of. I mean, I have a feeling people might be loving it for the artistic feel of the movie,
Is it
like
not
the
a
way they
herd
made it.
effect?
No, and I did like Austin Butler as Elvis. I think he did a good job, actually. And did you know that he had to audition for 5 months for this role?
No, but I'm not surprised. It's Baz Luhrmann, it's Elvis. Seems right.
Yeah. And I just wish that maybe it was deeper, but that's just my
Mm.
own personal thoughts.
I haven't seen it yet, so I'm really excited because obviously everyone's talking about how great Austin Butler is in it, like you said. So I can't comment, but I'm surprised that they wouldn't show certain things of his life because Elvis had a really particular life, I guess, as a lot of eccentric, famous, artistic people do.
They showed, I guess, most things, but they would kind of brush it over and keep going and show like him touring and performing more than I don't know.
So
Watch
did
it
you?
and how about okay, watch it and then we can discuss it on the next episode in the beginning. What you
Okay.
thought of it.
But you didn't have an emotional connection to it, I guess. Like, in
No.
Bohemian Rhapsody, you really
Yeah,
rooted for the
after
guy.
Bohemian Rhapsody, I was obsessed. I was I was listening to the Queen nonstop. Like Freddie Mercury was I was reading all about his life. I was going insane. So that's the effect that I
Yeah.
want. And in general, the reason why I like celebrity movies or anything related to like athletes, whoever, is because I like feeling that emotion for the person after the movie and
Yeah.
going to Google about him more. But I would actually say that I Googled and looked up stuff about Elvis more before the movie than I did after the movie.
Yeah, same. I Googled a lot about Elvis but I haven't seen it yet. But
I'm
did you
just
know?
curious. I guess now I want to see like I want to listen to more of his songs. B, I want to see his interviews and his performances on YouTube. That's what I would want to watch. But I don't feel an emotional attachment to him. If
Yeah.
anything, I actually think the way his life ended at the end was very sad.
Yeah. But see, they didn't show that in the movie. So did you even feel sad for him during the movie? Probably not.
No, you did feel sad closer to the end, like the
Oh,
way
okay.
his relationship with the manager was, how he didn't have anybody to lean on, like his financial status, everything was just the fact that he died at 42. But he had a drug problem his entire life, actually,
Yeah.
and like he did hardcore drugs, and he had, I believe that upon his death, I think he had 8 different types of drugs in his body.
But that's so
Again,
shocking that he was really consuming a lot of food, consuming a lot of drugs, because that's
and alcohol.
and alcohol, because that's like usually alcoholics, addicts, they're not obsessed with food at all.
Yeah, but
That's just not a
apparently
thing.
he would lock himself away and just like eat. And I have a feeling maybe he just ate his feelings because he was like lonely.
But that's what I'm saying. That's usually not a thing with drug addicts and alcohol, because
But
alcohol,
see,
drugs
the
can
thing
really
is that
numb everything.
I actually think that for the amount that he ate, he was not as fat as he should have been. Because he would eat like 9,000 to 10,000 calories a day, but he was not obese. So I think that's where I think drugs maybe come in and they kind of speed things up in the system. I don't know how it works.
Um, you know that he met Priscilla when she was 14 and he was 23?
I know. How crazy is that? And but
Weird.
thing is, did you know that she was a virgin, I think, until they got married or until she was
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
basically waited for her to reach of age.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's why I felt kind of bad for her, for Priscilla in the sense of she basically, since she met him when she was 14, she kind of dedicated her entire existence to being his girl. And did you
Yeah.
see this thing how, let's say he was saying how he likes women who have big hair and crazy makeup, and she started doing big hair and crazy makeup for him. Or like she would literally do everything that he would ask her, and she would just be there as like his little puppet. But
I mean,
I guess
imagine you
that's
meet somebody at 14 and he becomes your whole world. You don't know anything else.
exactly.
It's
But
crazy.
I'm happy that I guess at the age, I believe they divorced when she was 29.
Yeah.
That she kind of, well, that kind of makes sense actually, because women do get more confident with age and they
Yeah.
realize more stuff. So I'm happy that she managed to leave and have a life after him as well.
Yeah. But you know what's kind of creepy and a little bit for me? You know those photos of Austin Butler and Kaya Gerber? And everyone's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
they're such a hot couple. She's 20, he's 30. To me, that's like a bit weird.
Oh, really? She's
Yeah,
20?
something like that.
I thought she was like our age. I don't,
No, she's
you see
20.
why? You see why it does not look that crazy? It's because they both, I think Austin Butler looks younger than 30, and
Yeah.
I think that she looks older than 20. That's
Yeah,
why,
no,
and
that's
also
why.
Kaya Gerber has been around for a hot second. That's why we do not think of her as that young.
I guess, but because I was thinking, what does a 20-year-old and a 30-year-old have in common to talk about?
I always think about that, by the way. Like when I see like oh, there's like a bigger age gap. Well, I mean, in their case, I guess they talk about maybe celebrity things
Being
that we don't
famous,
know. Yeah,
being
being
famous and
famous.
beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, 10 years is not the worst. We have definitely, there's bigger age gaps. But I think the reason why is because they both look young. That's why people don't think about it much.
So,
Did you know
Elvis,
though?
what?
I just want to say, did you know that at the point of dating, like when you
Okay.
first start dating a guy, usually you get together because you are on the same level of attractiveness to society. And then obviously like later with time that might fluctuate where like let's say
Okay.
you get old or like he gets old and he gains weight. And then sometimes you see a guy who's like I mean actually that's not completely true because you always see guys who are much like who don't deserve their woman. But it is said that let's say like you are usually like what you usually attract or date in your life is a person who is deemed the same level of general attractiveness by society as you are at the moment of dating, not after.
Okay.
Like after it already
Interesting.
happens.
I never thought
Yeah.
about that. Interesting. So, Elvis, what would you give a rating for the movie?
I said 5 out of 10.
Oh, 5 out of 10. Did you say that? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Sorry. Um, oh, yeah, because I was shocked by that. We kind of
Yeah.
glossed over it. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go see it and I'll tell you my verdict. Um, yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in into our June episode of Pop Culture News. I think it was mainly a TV show and movie catch up,
Well, I'm
which I'm
sorry,
not mad about.
celebrities. Yeah, I'm sorry, celebrities are on vacation.
And I'm happy that at least we did have something new to watch because sometimes some months are bleak in terms of watching something new.
Agreed.
And we hope you guys have a good rest of the week. For this month, we will only have 3 episodes. Due to personal reasons, we missed the first week. But fret not because going onwards, our schedule should be refined.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.